Hi everyone. I'm Gloria Morgan. The Shuswap people believed that the world always existed. The original story, told and retold by generations of our people, explained how the world was made ready for our people. The world was said to have been very small at the beginning of time, but grew larger, emerging more and more from the lakes which surrounded it. There was an upper world, an underworld, and an underwater world. The first ancestors were beings who had the attributes of both animals and people. These animal people had special powers. After the animal people, there came the appearance of very powerful beings named transformers. These transformers traveled around the country transforming things. One power was greater than all the others, and he was called the Old One. It's believed that the Old One sent the transformers to prepare the land for us. Coyote is probably the best known transformer. Our stories tell of his exploits, then they describe how he is foolish and how he was gifted with great magical powers. He is known to be very cunning. He taught the people many things. Coyote himself was transformed into coyote rocks that can be seen throughout our territory. The legends and stories teach us that everything in this world has a purpose and that we must respect everything in this world. This is one of Coyote's stories. Sometime after Coyote had introduced salmon to the people, he said, "I've not had a feast. Why should I not feast the people?" So he caught and dried great numbers of sockeye and king salmon, and he made salmon oil, and he buried salmon eggs. Then he sent out messages to all the people inviting him, and he said to himself, "I will sing a great song and dance a great dance when the people get here. They will think that I am great." Coyote practiced the dance and he practiced his songs, going in and out of the drying racks between the poles where the salmon were drying. And while doing this, his hair got caught in the gills of one of the salmon that was drying. He could not free himself. He got angry and he pulled at the drying racks and pulled the salmon down and he threw it into the river, and immediately the salmon came to life and they jumped off the drying racks and they swam away in the river. Coyote tried to stop them, but he couldn't, and as he was trying to catch the last one, he noticed that the salmon oil had come to life and it had run into the river and was going away. And Coyote tried to stop that and he couldn't. And at the same time, he noticed that the salmon eggs that he had buried had come to life and had jumped into the river. So when the people got there, they were hungry and they were tired and they found nothing to eat and they were not happy. They thought that Coyote had played a trick on them. Here's another story. It's about Grizzly and Coyote. Grizzly and Coyote danced and sang for a long time, and sometimes Grizzly got his way, and sometimes Coyote got his way. And when Grizzly got his way, it was dark, and when Coyote got his way, it was light. So Coyote and Grizzly talked, and Grizzly got tired, and he said, "Let there be half darkness and half light." Coyote agreed to this and said, "From now on, it shall be light from the time the sun rises until it sets. The rest of the time shall be night." So every day, when the sun rises and then he leaves, then the night will come and follow him until the next day, then the sun will rise again. And Grizzly Bear said, "I am not happy with the length of winter. It's far too short. Let there be the same number of moons that there are feathers in the tail of a blue grouse." Coyote counted the feathers and found 22. There were 22 feathers in the tail of a blue grouse. Grizzly wanted each winter to last 22 moons. Coyote said, "No, the people cannot endure such a long winter. They will all die. Let there be half that number." And Grizzly Bear objected. So Coyote said, "Let there be the same number of moons as there are feathers in the tail of a red-winged flicker." Grizzly thought there were many feathers in the flicker's tail, so he agreed. Then Coyote continued, "Half of those feathers shall represent the number of moons that it may snow and be cold, and the other half the number of moons it may not snow and cannot be cold." Grizzly agreed, as he thought winter would be almost as long as he wanted it to be. Grizzly got a flicker's tail and was surprised when he counted the feathers to find only 12. But it was too late to make any changes. He had already agreed. Coyote said, "From now on, the year shall consist of 6 moons of warm weather and 6 moons in which it may snow or be cold." So Coyote saved the people from having to live in darkness and in cold. He made the seasons, and he made the days and the nights as they are today. I hope you enjoyed these couple of little stories, and knowing that this world, we believe, has always existed. Thanks for listening.